Good evening, ladies and gents, back with another weekly patch notes update, and this time it's going to be a doozy of a patch notes update because we are going to be covering everything that is going to be dropping tomorrow for the brand new season, the Colosseum season for Conquerors Blade. Yes! Yes! Before we get into the video though, hit that subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date with the latest and greatest of Conquerors Blade. So then this video is just going to be me kind of running through the patch notes, giving you my opinions on things and just kind of telling you what to expect from the game starting from tomorrow after the patch drops in the morning. So we are obviously going to be going into Season 13, the Colosseum, the Roman season for Conquerors Blade, and with it is going to be coming a whole host of new juicy goodies, and I'm going to be running through everything that you need to know right now. Put me on in the background, I am going to run a bit of Siege gameplay as the video, but that's not going to really have anything to do with what I'm talking about, so it just stick me on in the background, alt tab me, whatever, alright, and then just carry on playing Conquerors Blade while you are listening to this. So we are going to be having 3 brand new units. Obviously their leadership requirements are going to be reduced by 10, and the resupply costs are going to be reduced by 50% for the duration of the season. So starting tomorrow, we will straight away have the 3-star Dimachari. We will then, in a few weeks, get the 4-star Murmelons, and then a couple, probably about a month and a half later, we will get the Ritiari, which is the 5-star Javelin unit. They have activated the following Conquerors Blade Colosseum content, so seasonal unit challenges for Conquerors Blade Colosseum, the weekly challenges, the campaign, Conquerors Blade Colosseum Battle Pass, the Battle Pass bundle, seasonal store, and new seasonal runes. Activated the seasonal steel system, so we are only going to be able to play with blue units again, slowly progressing to purple units, and then eventually everything will be open. I have covered all that actually in detail in my kind of preview stream, or preview video. Go back and have a look at that because I cover it a lot better in that than I'm going to be covering it here. A new game mode of Colosseum will be added as a separate tile to the Match Battles interface, and we have heard that is going to be a permanent feature. Activated the donation system and the fame store for the Colosseum season. So obviously a brand new donation system, brand new fame store with lots of new stuff to actually get out of it. So they have added 3 new units to the Seasonal Unit Challenge interface, so that is your F5 and then Seasonal Units. So obviously the unit challenges for the new units are going to be there. I kind of forgot what I was saying there. The 3-star Dimachari, obviously you need to just go through a couple of pages to unlock, and then you need to actually unlock the previous tier of unit to actually unlock the next. So make sure you get the 3 stars done before the 4 stars release on September the 12th, and then make sure you get the 4 stars done by the time that the 5-star release on October the 3rd. So the Colosseum mode, this is what most people are looking forward to. So this is going to be a PvP mode pitting 6v6 against each other in fierce gladiatorial battles. You are going to be able to team up into groups of 3. You must be level 30 or higher. Units brought into the battle are not affected by seasonal seals, so you can bring in any units. Cavalry units cannot be used. However, you can get cavalry units through the PvE kind of mode in the Colosseum, which we'll go into in a minute. Each player may deploy 1 piece of artillery. Each player only has 2 respawns. There is a single neutral supply point in the center of the map. If you want to look at gameplay footage of this right now, I'm going to be flashing a bit of it up for you. Winning in the Colosseum relies on both points and capturing the flags. Secure victory by reading up on the rules of engagement, which are both teams begin with 500 points. Team that drops to 0 points first loses the match. Battles last for 10 minutes, at which time the team with the highest point score wins if neither has dropped to 0 points. Capturing the flag will reduce enemy team's points, but the capture zone will shrink as time goes on. Reinforcements. Defeating gladiators, which are PvE units, so they are AI units, will grant you extra units which can be immediately summoned, so you do not have to be on the supply point to summon these. You can call them at the supply point, or they will be available when you respawn. The extra units available are Falconetti Gunners, Iron Reapers, Modal, Pavis, or Shield Maidens. Cut down the tyrant and some NPC gladiators will then join your side. As the melee draws on, infantry and cavalry units will enter the Colosseum. Watch out as they will deal high amounts of damage and replenish the numbers as they defeat enemies. The extra units granted for dispatching these foes are the Imperial Pike Guards, the Grey Hairs, the Axe Raiders, Claymores, Berserkers, Liao Rangers, Keshiks, or the Winged Hussars. Seasonal runes. So, quite a few changes to some of the runes. I am going to absolutely murder some of these names. So for the helmet, you have the Accius. Nearby allied heroes gain 8% armor penetration. The Aurelius. Nearby enemy heroes and units have their defenses reduced by 5%. Anchares. You and nearby allied units gain 6% movement speed. The Annius. You and nearby allied heroes gain 7% defenses. Aquinios, the headshot damage taken reduced by 35%, or the Axius, toughness increased by 5. Moving on to the armour, the Belliceus, damage taken reduced by 3% for every 20% health lost. Canius, maximum stamina increased by 100. Claudius, range damage taken reduced by 7%. Decius, damage taken is reduced by 2% and full damage reduced by 50%. Ebetius, critical defense increased by 55. Equius, armor increased by 5. Bracers. Equilius, killing a hero increases your damage by 3%, stacking up to 4 times. Stacks are reset upon death. Equinetius, killing a hero increases your armor penetration by 4%, stacking up to 3 times. Stacks are reset upon death. Equinetius, each 5 enemy heroes you kill increases your defense by 4% for 10 seconds, stacks up to 2 times. Ergius, basic attacks increase critical value by 9 for 6 seconds, stacking up to 7 times. Elvius, damage increased by 2%, or the Geminius, strength increased by 5. Onto the boots, the Ilias. Bandage and restore 6% of your max health per second for 8 seconds without triggering the normal animation. The healing effect does not get interrupted by moving, attacking, or getting hit. So you will be reducing with that one. That is quite an interesting rune because you will be having a reduced amount of health healed, but it cannot be interrupted and you do not have to stand still. Isidius, bandage no longer heals, but instead makes your attacks within 15 seconds apply poison. Not too sure about that one. Ixius, bandages duration reduced by 50%, yet healing amount remains unchanged. Very, very good one. Isilius, bandage can be used while moving, but the cooldown is increased by 25%. Igneous, armor penetration increased by 2%. Ingenious, agility increased by 5. Now, all of the weapon runes. I'm not going to go through all of these because there are a buttload of them. However, I am going to obviously go through the glaive ones because I know quite a few people are interested in playing the glaive again this season. So we have the Magius. Combat dismount grants God of Battles for 5 seconds. The Mercatorius, your Paragon skill, which I assume is your ultimate skill, also triggers Heat of Battle. Or the Modius, God of Battles, no longer affects allies but is 20% more potent, affects yourself and your units no matter the distance. I am going to be torn between playing the Magius or the Modius, to be honest. I think having God of Battles pop when you combat dismount off your horse is going to be very, very useful. But I also think the Modius, the God of Battles, no longer affects allies, but is 20% more potent and affects you and your units no matter the distance. I think that is going to be... I think if you can set yourself up, I think that is going to be a massive game changer in a lot of games. There's really good runes for most of the other weapons as well. I'm not really going to go into them because I don't play any other weapon kind of enough to really give a valid opinion on it. But of course, I have left a link down in the description box below for you anyway, so you can have a proper good look through all of this anyway. So Fame, all Fame will be reset at the start of Conquerors Blade Colosseum. The campaign, so stage 1 is going to be between September the 1st and September the 11th. Territory War in the Borderlands and Anadolu, and Inaccessible is Mao Yang. We can deploy units 1 star to 3.5 star, armor set bonus inactive, crafted equipment bonus inactive, auxiliary points 300, no extra leadership. Stage 2. September the 12th till October the 2nd. Territory War in Borderlands, Anadolu and Maoyang. Deployable units 1 star to 4.5 star. Armor set bonus active. Crafted equipment bonus inactive. Auxiliary points 400. No extra leadership. Stage 3. October the 3rd till October the 16th. Territory War in the Borderlands, Anadolu, Maoyang. Deployable units. All units. Armor set bonus active. Crafted equipment bonus active. Auxiliary points 500 and 40 extra leadership. Stage 4 is October the 17th to October the 30th. Territory War in the Borderlands, Anadolu, Maoyang. Battle for the Capitals, Regionopolis. Deployable units. All units, armor set bonus active, crafted equipment bonus is active, auxiliary points 600 and 40 extra leadership. And finally, Stage 5. Stage 5 will be taking place from October the 31st, so Halloween, to November the 13th. Territory War in the Borderlands, Anadolu, Maoyang. Battle for the Capitals, Regionopolis, that is the side capital. Battle for the core capital, Anliang, capital Maoyang. Deployable units, all units, armor set bonus active, crafted equipment bonus active, auxiliary points 700 and 100 extra leadership for everybody. Cohort rank changes. So they've received loads of feedback that the acquisition of acclaim is unbalanced and unfair, so we've added a cap to how much can be obtained from a single battle. When cohorts battle, they gain more acclaim based on the tier of the unit killed. Acclaim gained from killing NPC units is reduced. We've added a cap to the amount of acclaim you can get from killing heroes, units and destroying artillery from a single battle. So it's going to be a little bit tougher if you're in the cohorts. It's going to be a little bit tougher for you to rank up now, and you're really going to have to pull your thumb out and really go off killing everything and anything. So, ranked battle. A lot of people were interested in the ranked battle changes. So, crowd points. So, following community feedback we've received during Conquerors Blade Helheim season, we're now adding crowd points, which you can use to retain your ranked battle score or rise in rank quicker. You will be able to earn crowd points by playing well in ranked battles and by raising your ranking. The top 5 players on the winning side and the top 10 players on the losing side will earn crowd points. Crowd points can be used when you lose a match to protect your star/score, while at max crowd points you also get an extra star. The crowd points required to protect your stars gain an extra star differ based on the rank, with the cost going up at higher ranks. You can read more about the crowd points in the related appendix. I don't know where that appendix is. For ranked battle changes. To further improve ranked battles, we're removing the star protection from Arena, Hero and ranks below. We're also replacing the previous MVP scoring with crowd points so that those who perform well in battle are rewarded for their efforts. The addition of crowd points will change how you progress in rank battle for a more solid experience. We've added 1 star to the contestant, Brawler, Fighter, Slayer, Gladiator and Hero Arena ranks. So, no more AFKing in the rank battles because you ain't going to be getting any score to progress up through the ranks if you do that. If you are joining a ranked battle, you must be playing your damnedest, bestest gaming to really get those points and rank up in the ranks. Battle Pass changes. Battle Pass is fairly similar to all the other ones. Obviously, they have added different rewards and stuff to all the levels. Going through the Battle Pass myself, I've actually noticed that I think they've been a little bit more generous for the free tier of stuff. So obviously, if you have the Battle Pass, we're going to be getting even more juicy bonuses as we're going through it. Be very, very mindful though that seasonal weapon attire selection box, there isn't one. So there are 3 weapons which will have skins this season. That is the dual blade, the spear and the poleaxe. There are not going to be any other weapons getting a skin this season. I think what they're going to do is keep rotating this per season now, because I think what they found is they were putting a lot of time and effort into making a lot of these skins and not a lot of people were picking them up. So they're kind of trying to base it on kind of what's the most popular weapon at the time. So, returning attires. So, at the start of Conquerors Blade Colosseum, Antique Iron Warrior attire, Antique Raffle Emperor attire, and Antique Shadow Legion unit attire will no longer be available within the seasonal store. Antique attires themed after the attires from Season 9 Tyranny will be available in the seasonal store, where they will be available at a 20% discount. Antique Season 7 Wolves of Ragnarok weapon attire will no longer be available, while the hero unit attire will be returned to their original prices. So, Warlord balancing and optimization. The Maul has had a huge amount of changes, and again, I'm not going to go into it. I'm just going to give you a very kind of quick glimpse into it. Some skills have been buffed, some skills have been nerfed. I believe the stamina part of the Maul has been nerfed. However, you have had some fancy animations added to your class, apparently. How you guys actually play the class is going to be interesting to see if it is a true nerf or a true buff. But obviously only time will really tell that. So the bow is the other weapon that has actually had a few changes, and it looks like overall it is a slight buff. So it is going to be interesting again to see actually how much of a change this has made to the weapon class. So there's been news of unit balancing and optimization. So Iron Cap Scouts have been buffed, Selamakid Cavalry have been buffed, Courtiers have been buffed, Cudgel Monks have been buffed, Berserkers have been slightly nerfed. So their rage growth speed will, when taking damage now, is decreased by 15%. Berserkers will take 43% damage more, whilst 35% when using the skill Frenzy. Outriders, so they have decreased speed of Ride Like the Wind. The total number of defense increase for the duration remains the same, but the maximum that can be gained is reduced by 25%, so a slight nerf to the Outriders. Official upgrade, there have been a load of changes to the screens, to the matchmaker screen and all that kind of stuff to kind of tidy things up, make it a little bit more user friendly, and actually when people are joining the game now, it's not going to be like so much stuff to actually take in. There's going to be a lot of kind of friendlier looking screens to actually get people into the game a bit easier. So gameplay optimizations, they have added rules information for all the battle modes. We've added new icons to show the special restrictions and conditions for certain battle modes. Team color visual upgrade, we've changed the color of teams for the Colosseum season. This should make it easier to discern between friends and foes, and we've improved how these unit colors are displayed during extreme weather. We hope that this should make the overall gameplay experience better. So looking at the pictures, the colours look a lot more vivid, a lot stronger, so that should be a lot easier to actually tell in the thick of the melee, to be honest. Spectating. So we've made game changes to spectating. These new changes are currently only available for custom lobby and tournament lobby. We'll also be adding the ability to spectate friends in the future. Spectating summary, we have made a large amount of changes to the spectating. Spectating is a freaking nightmare. When I was casting the different tournaments, it was a freaking nightmare, so I'm so glad that they have done this. So when spectating a player, you'll see that player's health, skills and units at a glance. You'll be actually have the choice to change the playback speed and the camera view of spectators as well. Resource comparison, they have tidied up the kind of user interface of the whole resource comparison, so it's very easy now to see kind of what is left in terms of units, including the star of unit as well, so that is really going to make casting a lot easier. And then you can actually see how many revives each team has left now as well, which is a lot better. Unit statistics, we can actually change what we are going to be looking at there as well. I'm not going to go too much into it because this is really for people that are going to be casting tournaments and stuff now. But you've got the option now to look at different information on different parts of the screen, which is a lot easier and a lot better. Strategic map. Previously, lots of information was cluttered together on the map when spectating made the map difficult to use. We've upgraded the map in the current system, increasing its size, making the information easier to read, which is a lot better. So now we'll be able to see the routes the units on both teams take, the artillery deployment and unit positions around the points of contention. So it will be a lot easier to actually look at the map and see kind of what has happened. That is it for all of the patch notes for Colosseum mode, which is dropping tomorrow, September the 1st. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're expecting to see. Let me know kind of what you are hoping to see. Let me know what you are most looking forward to seeing. Thank you very much for watching though, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, please hit that like button, hit that sub button. Leave me a comment down below, and I will catch you out in the Colosseum.